If you are seeking answers, if you're super confused about what's going on right now, you are entitled to this information. You have a right. You have a birthright to this information.
G'day, love. From Miracle 528, the best source for your millennial existential crisis. Like, comment, subscribe, and learn to stare right back at that void.
Hi. So this is the message that I wanted to give during my live stream, which went horribly because I had pretty much no internet. Sorry to my ride or dies that were there. So I'm just going to deliver the message in traditional old video style. I wanted to deliver it yesterday, April 1st, on the Day of Fools, because this video is all about taking your power back. You are not a fool. When some authority takes control, they can control everything. They can control all your resources. If they wanted to take power from you, they could take your cell phone away. They could take your money. They could take your job. They could take your support. They can take everything. But you are in control of you. You will always be the king of you. You will always be total authority in your world. Someone can only have total control over you if you allow it. They may make you think that they have total control, but that's not the same thing. It's similar to the elephant, the super strong, crazy elephant that could kill you if it wanted to. But if you make the elephant believe that it has no power, that's what it's going to think. Anyway, what am I talking about? What does this have to do with anything? This information is for those that it will resonate with. It doesn't matter who's right. There's a lot of he said, she said going on right now. But my channel is all about transparency. I'm not on one side or the other. I'm just about you getting the information that you need. Everybody is entitled to information as long as they seek it. Everyone is entitled to the truth if they want it. If you are seeking answers, if you're super confused about what's going on right now, you are entitled to this information. You have a right. You have a birthright to this information. So I want to tell you a quick story, pretty cool story about my plant. Maybe it'll put some things into perspective. I had these 2 mint plants that I got a couple years ago. These plants were great. They were so healthy when I first got them. And then suddenly this thing happened where they got these brown spots. It was almost like little burns all over the plants, these little brown spots that kept coming. And I did everything in my power to fix it. I tried everything. I read so much, but I couldn't do it. Nothing. I tried to balance the pH. I'm like, doesn't need more nitrate. I tried to replant it, use different soil, blah, 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 blah. I tried all the tricks, every remedy for brown spots on a mint plant, and nothing worked. The past couple years, they were just dying. I would trim them off all the time. This plant would not thrive. And I just looked at the plant again yesterday. There were numerous, luscious, broad mint leaves all over the plant. The plant is thriving. The plant is thriving right now. And what does that say to me? No matter the amount of man-made intervention for that plant, I could not restore it to good health. And that is the power of nature. Sure, maybe that just reflects on my skills as a gardener, but nevertheless, the plant cured itself. The ecosystem restored balance in that little mint pot. It did. So what I'm trying to say here is, right now, society is very fragile, as we all know. Not going to go into conspiracies or whatever. Like I said, I'm not on either side. I'm on the side of balance, the side of restoring balance to the world. So right now, society is in a pretty crazy place. It's chaos. And right now, there's a lot of negativity in the air. The main point that I want to get to with this video, please, 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 don't give your rights away willingly. Do not give your rights away willingly. Don't give your freedom away willingly. Because the powers that be at the top of our world right now, that's their end game. If you look at everything that they're saying with the COVID, in a nutshell, they're saying they want more government, but that hasn't been working. Obviously, because society is in a really fragile place right now. So what they're saying is, we want to be in charge of everything. We want to be in charge of your health. We want to be total authority, totalitarian. So the government is saying more government, right? Things that are coming out of this right now are things like mandatory vaccination, tighter controls. But as I learned with my plant, more government is not the answer to restoring balance. What I'm offering today for you, as I said, there's a lot of he said, she said stuff going on, a lot of different information out there. You don't know who to trust. Some of the answers, a lot of us don't even know. We'll never know. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. What I can do for you is try to help you learn for yourself what the right information is for you. And that comes a lot with listening to your gut. Listen to your gut, listen to your gut, listen to your gut. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to the news. Listen to your gut. You are your own best advocate. In the Declaration of Independence, there is a phrase in there that drives the powers that be crazy. It's this one phrase that our forefathers put in there to protect us. All Americans have the right, the unalienable right, which means you cannot take it away, to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that drives them crazy. That is the phrase that protects us from being in a tyrannical government like China, for example, a dictatorship. We see in the news, the biggest phrase that keeps going around all over the world is those damn entitled Americans. Damn entitled Americans. They have that I can do whatever I want attitude. Let's examine that for a minute. So what they want to do, they want you to give away your rights. Because you can't take it away, they can't take it from you. They want you to willingly give it up. And they can do that in many, many ways, especially if you own the media. One of the greatest tools in achieving this goal, taking away your rights, is social conditioning. Social conditioning. This means displaying and exemplifying the behaviors that they want out of you in things like in Netflix, all over the media. So the way that the people act in Netflix, Hulu streaming, whatever, all the things that you're watching right now on TV, that's all part of social conditioning. And also mocking those that stray from accepted thought. You'll see this a lot too. When you do your own research on everything that's going on in the world, think about those two things. Oh, and to try and stay as objective and neutral as possible, let me go back for a second, because you might say, well, it's just entertainment. It's just entertainment. It's not meant for programming purposes or whatever, mocking people, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you think about it, everything that's going on with COVID right now, taking away all your resources, your income source, your support system, which, as we know, it's scientifically proven, places with the strongest social bonds are the places that live the longest in the world. That is a proven fact. Google Blue Zones, for example. So when somebody takes away all your resources and the alternatives are unexplored, for example, there have been scientists and doctors come out, people much more qualified than me, that have come up with alternatives, things that are balanced, where you're protecting the people's health and protecting our economy at the same time, which is what you would think a first world country would easily be able to do. A first world country with strong infrastructure. But those alternatives aren't being utilized. They're not being explored. So what does that tell you? Whoever, the powers that be, want society to collapse. They want society to collapse. Pretty much. If you don't come to that conclusion, then that's okay. I don't want you to see through my eyes. I want you to see through your own eyes and make your own conclusion. But this is what I call informed consent. Informed consent. Everybody has the right to know this. Everybody has the right to know what they're getting into and not just willingly give away your rights. So please, 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 listen to your gut. Don't let social media or Netflix's mocking behavior make you think you're crazy or make you think you're an entitled asshole. Follow your intuition. And my fellow mothers out there, I know that you'll get me, because women have a lot of crazy ideas and we have very strong intuitions, because women are masters of the inner world, men are masters of the outer world. So women are very in touch with their intuition. That's why they always say a woman's intuition, super strong. Okay, so let's talk about something really quick. This huge stimulus package, for example, which is quite similar to FDR's New Deal. Look into that. The stimulus package. Anytime we have public funding, where does that come from? Taxes. We all know that we pay taxes in order to fund public things. So the stimulus is, in a way, a giant loan that the government takes out for the people and the people pay it back. Right? That's what my logical mind would think. Unless they do some kind of thing that, I don't know, just completely forgives the entire stimulus package. Those are the things that we need to be learning. Those are the things that we need to be involved with. My point of this video is, please just, you are your own best advocate and don't willingly give away your rights. Whatever they say, whatever the media says, in a way that might be like, oh yeah, this is why we need universal healthcare. Yes, maybe universal healthcare is good, but dive deep, look into it. Don't just, and I've done it many times. I've signed bad contracts. Sometimes you just don't want to deal with it. You just want to trust the person because that's how you would treat other people. The only person that has your best interest in mind, that you can be sure has your best interest in mind, is yourself. That's the only person. Unfortunately, my little baby is gonna grow up And there may be things that he doesn't agree with that I thought was the best for him. You know, that's his deal. And I would totally appreciate and respect that out of him. So please don't just fall into the mob mentality, especially because of this new mocking culture that we have. Be informed, be vigilant, be your best advocate. The same way that you would watch out for your elderly mother if she was getting taken advantage of at a car dealership, right? You don't know what people want. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I'm neutral. I'm not saying government bad, people, blah, blah. I'm on the side of balance. I'm on the side of sustainability and restoring balance to the world. Oh, so let me give you a couple of concrete action tips. Or in case you're wondering, like, what do I do? How do I protect myself? Step 1, detox. If you think about the things that people do to exercise control, for one, you want a dumb slave. Dumb down. So get out of this culture of junk food and junk television. Detox. Detox from chemicals. Google how to detox. Google why to detox. Stay informed. That's the most important thing here. Knowledge is power. I always say. Nobody deserves to be a slave, and you can break out as long as you want to. As long as you are conscious and willing. Don't just be a passive person in your life. If you're not making money right now, go do something. Take this time as an opportunity to do whatever you wanted to do. Write that book. Self-publish it. Put it down on Amazon, whatever. There are so many opportunities for you to be working at home, making money at home. Build your network. Build your brand. Build your connections. Do whatever you have to do. Stay healthy. Keep that brain healthy. Keep exercising. Stay off the news. Learn, stay informed, learn, detox, stay healthy. Oh, and one other thing. Why is it taboo to talk about religion and politics? I think it's a little strange. There shouldn't be this amount of division. In the Age of Enlightenment, people actually delighted in talking about these things, and that's why the world grew during that time. That's why it grew so much in art and science, because people were exchanging information, exchanging ideas. Stifling something is what keeps humanity from evolving to the fullest evolution of humanity. When I talk about evolution, I don't mean that we should have sprouted wings at this point, but what I am talking about is we should at least be close to a prospering society where there's clean water for everyone, with people that aren't anxious and going crazy, and there's a good balance between technology and humanity. And that's not blind optimism. Know that you have more power than you think. You're stronger than you think. You only get one life. So go out and get it. It's yours. It's yours for the taking. It's yours for the taking. I want you to think about real quick. If you don't become proactive in your own life story, the alternative is unthinkable. Just think about things like cults. The way that people fall into the rabbit hole of a cult like Scientology, Amway, the way that women get taken advantage of and get dragged into toxic relationships. Think about dystopian futures like 1984. Think about how a society like that develops into that. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow erosion of processes, slowly pulling the carpet out from under you. No man shall have dominion over another, be it man or beast. God and heaven are for everyone. Even evil has a place in heaven. Even if you turn your back, heaven is always there for you. God never abandons. Right now we're going through a battle between good and evil. Balance. I am neutral. I'm not asking you to join either side. Heaven is unlimited. Unconditional love is infinite. The universe is infinite. There's room for everyone. And it's always there for you. It's always open for you, no matter what you do, no matter who you are. Please don't give your rights away willingly. Thanks. I love you.